Welcome back, everybody. We are now with the juggernauts of the Treasure Valley, Timberline Wolves. If these two gentlemen could just introduce yourself really quickly, and we'll just get right into it.
Yeah, I'm Hayden Ridley, junior LSM.
Eric Anderson, assistant coach.
And now we're going to take a moment to listen to a message from the head coach.
Hey everybody, Coach Eli here with Timberline Lacrosse. Just want to say how excited I am to get this season underway. We just finished up our second annual Night of Wolves Week, which concludes our Winter's Strength and Conditioning program. We have a ton of new guys, a ton of young faces that are looking to step into new roles, and so far they've embraced that challenge. We hope to see everyone there March 12th at East Junior High School against CUNA. We hope to pack the stands and can't wait to see you there.
Be there, first game of the season. We're going to get right into this. So, obviously, you guys came off of an undefeated season last season. Um, Tell me about some of the guys that maybe you've graduated and lost this year that you guys are going to have to fill in for.
Yeah, so last year was our first year on the Timberline staff as a coaching staff. We were lucky enough to have a great group of seniors. I think Hayden, we had 13 seniors last year in our staff or on our team. Quite a few of them went on to play some college ball, so we are missing. We did graduate some key roles that we will be looking to fill. When we get rolling next week.
Absolutely. After a big season like that last season, how do you reset your mindset heading into this new year?
I think Coach Elijah has done a fantastic job of setting the tone of, last season was last season. This is a new season. Everything that we do, starts with the little things. And I think that's where Coach really really hits off of. And I think, we get back down to basics. Like I said, we have um, a lot of key roles open, but we were fortunate enough last year to also, with that big senior class, we had a lot of young guys that got a lot of playing time as well. So we'll look for them to step up into bigger roles and then, um, freshmen, JV guys, step up into bigger roles as well, fill those holes.
Wonderful. Hayden. So, being a junior, last year being a sophomore, being on this team, taking it all the way, finishing it at the where when it mattered, winning state. How do you guys carry that? Not only because you have big expectations, but carry on that momentum as a team. How are you guys doing that now?
Yeah, so I think we try to reset our expectation stays the same, but we try to reset. We know we're a new team this year, and we have a new identity. So kind of building that, starting with our culture and building our brotherhood is what it is for us, and kind of starting from there, doing the little things right, and just knowing that we won it last year, but that doesn't make it any easier this year, and we lost a lot of key guys. So we know a lot of guys have to step up.
What are some habits from last season that matter most if you want this team to repeat?
Yeah, I think discipline overall, kind of showing up to practice early, being ready on time, getting to games on time, and I think that's something we really excelled at last year, and also just making every practice count.
Absolutely. Well, that's awesome. Coach, question for you. What is different about coaching a team when everyone is measuring themselves against you?
Um, I think, that's a great question, but, and as cliche as it might sound, we don't, really pay too much into, we know that we have a target on our back. We've had the, target on our backs, even last year before winning, right? Um, Timberline has, I think, the most state titles out of any high school, ever. So, dating back, I think it's something like 11 or 12 state champions. I could have that number wrong, but it's quite a few. So, everyone brings their A game when they play Timberline. I think, we just get down to basics. Play our game. Like I said, it might sound a little cliche, but if we do the little things, take care of, what we're supposed to take care of, then we believe that good things will come our way.
Absolutely. So, Hayden, you mentioned having championship habits, being disciplined, which is great. And what do those look like day to day in practice?
Yeah, day to day, kind of like I said, showing up early, making sure we're on time, come well rested. Like you're not showing up to practice and half-assing it or doing anything light. Everything's hard, 100%. And little things like taking conditioning seriously. Like you want to be the first guy. And our seniors last year really set the standard with Sam and Gus were two of our seniors, goalie and midi, and they really set the standard of you want to be that first guy in conditioning.
Sam Boson you're referring to?
Yes.
Awesome. Love that guy. So what excites you about the challenge of trying to repeat rather than just defend the title?
Yeah, it's really exciting because we know we have the target on our backs, and having it's nice to have that because you want to be on top. It's also different because last year we came in with the goal to um, beat Boise, get back to where we were after a devastating loss in the semifinals. So being having the target on our back is it's a privilege. It's not something you just get.
Absolutely. Well, going back to last year's season, I mean, you went 13-0, winning the state championship. What does your off season look like? How have you guys prepared to come out into this season flying?
Yeah, so we took the off season really seriously. A lot of player practices. Just this morning, we were out there on the field running ones, and then off the field, we did a 12-week program. Just finishing this last week. That was really good. A lot of buy-in from all the guys. Majority of guys showed up almost every day, and that was huge for us.
Awesome. Um, just to kind of lighten the mood a little bit, I'm just curious, home game at Timberline, big game against, let's say, Rocky, right? From the second you wake up, from the second the whistle blows, what does your game day look like?
My game day is pretty simple. I wake up every day, same routine. Just wake up, hop in the shower first thing, go to workouts in the morning, and then go to school. It's focus on school from start to finish, and then after that, eat a good pregame meal, head to the field, and support the JV guys first, and try to get loose.
Awesome. Coach, I'm curious if you have any game day, anything specific that you always do on game day, anything to get yourself ready to go, anything to lock in, whether it's a certain drink or it's a certain song, I want to hear it.
My game day habit, I made this last year. Was I would get home from work and I would actually stop by Mo Betta's Hawaiian barbecue on the way home from work because we had to be there, we had to be there at an early time and then it goes, late at night. I know that I need a good amount of food to get me through that night. So Mo Betta's was my pregame ritual this year.
Yeah, we Mobetta's actually one of them just opened up right next to us, and we are there all the time.
Yep,
But we
there you
got a
go.
we got a little question from the audience here.
Question from the audience here, Coach. First of all, the mac salad at Mo Bettis is dynamite.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and just to kind of, we look at the history of Timberline Lacrosse, a lot of success, but a lot of great kids. How fun is it to coach these kind of players? They're squared away, they're focused, they're locked in. I mean, look at this man; he's got great posture as he sits there. But how fun is that as a coach?
It's been phenomenal, and I've got to coach a lot of kids over my time coaching club ball. Coach out at College of Idaho. I haven't had more fun than I do at Timberline. Again, a little cliche, but it goes back to like the culture that Coach Elijah has set. Coach Elijah has a game plan or a practice plan every day. It gets sent out to the kids. They know exactly what to expect. They're there early. Um, they show up with a good attitude and we work hard. It really makes my job easy where I get to show up, coach lacrosse, fine tune their habits. I don't have to, harp on kids to, try hard and, do the little things. It's great.
So, given that you graduated, one last question here. Graduated 16 seniors. What are some names to kind of look out for on this Timberline roster this year?
Yeah, so obviously, Hayden Ridley is going to be a big player for us. He's our one Division One commit, so he's going to be a beast in between the lines. We also return another junior, Davis Renz, who was a first team All State defenseman last year. He'll be our cover guy down low, taking away teams' top offensive players. Fletcher Scudder's another junior. Connor Dannenfeld was a starter all year for us last year. Up until I think it was the semi game or the game before where Connor broke his collarbone. Logan Lauber was a freshman who stepped in to fill that role as our third attackman last year. Actually got the start in the state championship game. So Logan Lauber will be another kid to look out for on the offensive side of the ball.
Awesome. And then we got one more
One more
question
question.
from Mr.
Hayden,
Peach in here.
there's been a pedigree of LSMs at Timberline, right? For almost a decade now, that LSM position has been like the rock solid. It's the marquee almost of that defense. I know you've been at it a few years, but you're now part of that lineage. Uh, how's that feel? Is there a responsibility there for you to be that lockdown, that guy that's out there having fun and setting the tone for the defense?
Yeah, I think it's great. I think my eighth grade year playing with Blake Keesaw and then kind of learning behind him, it really set a great example for like you want to be the leader. If you're the LSM position, you need to play all over the field. You need to be a threat in offense and kind of be one of the X factors. And I think it's great to try to continue what he did and what many guys before him did.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I really enjoyed talking to you guys about this. Congratulations. Obviously, it's a little late, but I hope you guys
Appreciate it.
have another. I hope you guys have another great season, and I'm excited to cheer you guys on.
Awesome. Thanks.
Awesome.
Thanks for
Thank
having
you.
me.